Each individual's foot falls into, truly they fall into 4 categories, but in those 4 categories, if they're neutral, supinate, pronate, or whatever it is that they are, there's a lot of other things that have to be evaluated in determining the proper shoe. So when a person walks through the door, then what we do is, it's a personal greet. You're not allowed to pick your own shoe. Obviously you could if you want to, but it's against our recommendation. Then we evaluate which one of those 4 foot builds that you are, and then we take into consideration your overall physical condition. Are you a bigger guy? Are you a smaller guy? Because what suspension system in a shoe works for a person who weighs 250 pounds isn't going to work for a person who weighs 100 pounds, even though they're both neutral, because one, just like a car, will go through that suspension a lot quicker than the other one will. And what feels soft to a 250 pound guy feels hard to a 100 pound guy. What the machine does that we have here in front of us is it'll take what we're doing in the tennis shoe, this machine right here will customize your inserts for your dress shoes or your running shoes. You simply stand on the pad, it identifies your hot spots, and then what it does is it evaluates the weight distribution that's being put on your feet, and then in just a few seconds, if there's anything wrong, which my foot's pretty neutral, everything is pretty much the same on both feet, so I don't need an insert on one foot and not the other. And then what it does is it pretty much prescribes the proper insert that should be used for your everyday shoes. Think about it like this: if I had on a pair of high heels and I stood on your hand with a pair of high heels, it would almost be like a needle. It would bust through your hand, because all of my body weight is being pushed down to a little bitty 1/4 of an inch. So that's pressure per square inch. That's a big deal. Okay, but if I was to put on a pair of clown shoes and I stood on your hand, it wouldn't hurt, because I've dispersed all my body weight over a bigger area. So, but what that means is I'm spreading out that impact load onto the ground. Okay, well what this is showing me is where is the majority of my weight being pushed. Again, this is actually, even though this is red and that looks like where you would think it would be red all over, I mean, in extreme cases there would be no color in between these two right here. So the arch would literally need to be making up all of this area here, so that your physical footprint on the bottom of that shoe is bigger, which adds up to less weight per square inch that hits the ground.